What's up? It's your man, Sean T. Brown. Scrolling through TikTok this weekend, I seen a video that came on. I seen it some years ago with will.i.am. He was talking about Michael Jackson and Prince and their relationship and everything. And he spoke about a moment at a Prince concert in Rio in Las Vegas, and just brought back so many memories and everything that I was actually there at that concert. So I'm gonna give you a little story time. So it was back in 2007 when it was All-Star Weekend. I think the one and only one that they had in Las Vegas. And of course, my wife and I went, and we were meeting my partner at the time, Eddie Kennison, who was currently a wide receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs, and as well as his wife, Shamika. And we were meeting down there and just gonna celebrate All-Star Weekend and everything. And so I have a lot of stories of that weekend, which are incredible, but I'm just gonna stick and just try to stay with the script of this night. And so we had just finished having dinner over at the Palms, which that in itself is a whole nother story that I'll share. But we arrived at the Rio, and for anyone that was there in 2007, it was crazy. It was so many people. I don't really move like that, right? I'm not a partier or a clubber or anything like that. But needless to say, we made it to the Rio, and it was super crowded. And anybody that's been to a concert at the Rio, inside, there's maybe like some VIP seating in front of the stage and some booths. And then behind there, you know, it's just, I guess it's like a club. You pretty much stand up the entire time. And we were waiting for Prince to come on that night. And I just remember when we were getting there, sitting, the booth next to us was George Clinton. I remember that. Wyclef Jean, sitting directly in front of us. So it was our booth, a little aisle, and a table directly in front of us. And Macy Gray and Bobby Brown was sitting at those tables at the time. And then there was one more seat, or one more row of seats right before the stage. And we're waiting all evening. I think I remember CeeLo performing. I remember Natalie Cole performing that night. And we were just waiting. And Prince finally comes on about midnight, 1 o'clock or something like that. And he comes out and just does an amazing job. You know, he has his little onesie on and high heels and, you know, just doing his thing. And I'm just like, Prince is amazing. And we're just having a great night. And then Macy Gray and Bobby Brown, they get up and they were moved down to the other section. And two gentlemen comes and they sit right in front of us. And people that know me, listen, I'm gonna say what's up, I'm gonna smile, I'm gonna do all these things. And these guys, they weren't having it at all. They weren't trying to smile at me, they wasn't trying to say what's up. Then I realized they're on duty for something, but I had no idea. We're sitting there and we're just enjoying the Prince concert. Myself, my wife, Eddie, and Shamika, and we're just having a great time. And we are actually in this booth area. And so later on in the night, I see this person come in, guys, and it is Michael freaking Jackson. I mean, his hair was beautiful and it was silky and shiny. And I just remember when I seen that, and a few of his entourage and Bobby Brown and Macy Gray, they would move down to that area. I remember feeling like Mariah Carey when she's hitting those high notes and she's holding her ear and she's hitting them high notes. That's exactly what I did, because I know as a grown man, I screamed, right? Falsetto, I was just screaming and just tripped out that Michael Jackson is sitting right in front of us. And security was just right between us, but I could have reached my hand over there and I just could have touched his head. And when Michael came and sat down, I mean, he just really snuck in there. A lot of people probably didn't even realize he was there until Prince recognizes Michael's there. And then Prince comes down off the stage. He's in this little thing and he's just jamming with his guitar, singing in front of Prince. And I mean, singing in front of Michael Jackson. And I am just there. We are just, I mean, tripping. It is one of those surreal moments that you see Michael, Prince, I'm talking about legends, and they are right in front of us jamming out at his concert. And I just remember being on a high for the rest of that evening. We done some other amazing things after the concert that I'll go into another conversation. But I remember will.i.am talking about that night. And I just had to come on here and just share that brief story with you guys. We were there. And let me tell you, I mean, there were so many other people. The people that I mentioned were the ones right by us. You know, we had a chance to speak to them and say what's up to them and everything. But when Michael came in, and I just never seen anything like that. Allen Iverson talks about Michael Jordan. He's like, has like a glow over him when he gets a chance to see him. And that's kind of how I felt about Michael Jackson. But the glow was coming from his shiny hair. And it was just an amazing event. Prince tore the house down. And afterwards, we got a chance to take some pictures, I believe, with Natalie Cole. And to look back after all those years, my wife and I, we were also down there to celebrate. It was either our 11th or 12th anniversary at that time. And we were going to renew our vows. Let me say that. It wasn't our anniversary. We were going to renew our vows. And Eddie and Shamika, they were going to be our witness. And we had an amazing time, and it was hilarious just doing that. We got married at the Little White Chapel in the drive-thru in the back of a limousine back in 1995, 96. I may get in trouble, but around that time. But that's my Michael Jackson story. When will.i.am, if you guys ever see the clip where he's talking about the Prince concert in Rio, we were right there in the mix, and we got a chance to witness everything. Continue blessings to each and every one of you guys out there. If you remember that time over there in 2007, just let me know how your time was. It was crazy in Vegas at the time. It's something I'm not used to, but still, the memories are amazing. Michael Jackson, Prince, Natalie Cole, all of them are no longer with us. Thank you for your time. You guys have a great day. Peace.